So last time I spoke on the new Rugrats, it was back in October when a bunch more episodes dropped, including a Halloween special. So it wouldn't be, I don't know, too weird to assume that another holiday special could come up this month. Just in time for Fringemas. If you're new to the channel, the 25 Days of Fringemas is where I cover something interesting, nostalgic, or holiday related every day from the 1st of December to the 25th, in order to find that holiday spirit I lost nearly a decade ago. So if you want to be a part of this daily journey and help me find that good old jolly joy, subscribe and come aboard. And oh, would you look at that, a singular brand new episode of the new 2021 Rugrats reboot titled Traditions, which looks to be focusing on both parts Hanukkah and Christmas into a singular holiday special storyline. Now, one thing I loved about the original Rugrats was how it went and had multiple specials relating to both Hanukkah and Christmas as well as Kwanzaa. So while I didn't particularly love this last batch of episodes and came to the overall conclusion that this new Rugrats isn't reclaiming that charm and attachment the original series did, while I grew up, I was hoping an episode like this would still happen. So let's take a look at this new holiday special on our second day of Fringemas. Oh, and let me just say that I do have an upcoming video this month for the original Rugrats holiday episodes, so be on the lookout for that if you're interested. We start off with a quickened version of the intro, now with a full-on holiday theme to it, so credit where credit is due, I appreciate the effort. The episode is titled Traditions, as it's going to tackle more than just a singular holiday in one episode. The babies themselves are waiting to see Santa, which is just that one dude with the scooter who went to see Lou thanks to Angelica's shenanigans in an early episode. The babies are all kind of scared to meet him, Chucky especially since he already had problems meeting him the year prior. Betty is there serving out coffee and treats as her and Dee Dee discuss the pressures of the holiday season, and how this is Tommy's first ever holiday season, and as we'll soon learn, has a lot to be a part of all at once. So this has Dee Dee kind of stressing out pretty bad to make sure that she can uphold her family's and friends' traditions. And what I mean by all that is that in the world of the show, the start of Hanukkah this year falls on Christmas Eve, putting both of those holiday traditions right on top of each other. Chucky himself has a bit of a freak out when sat for a photo with Santa, and Tommy destroys the place, thus ruining the holidays and no one gets presents. The end. Okay, it's not that bad. Funny enough, this episode does have a lot of parallels to the original Santa Experience episode in the Rugrats. They're waiting to see Santa, Chucky still is kind of freaked out by Santa, he even delivers a similar speech that he does here, but again, we'll get to that in that video. Now in the coffee shop itself, Phil and Lil's Tia comes to visit them and honors Betty with the once-in-a-generation honor of placing the baby Jesus doll in the manger for Las Posadas, a festival celebrated between the dates of December 16th and December 24th, adding another tradition falling on Christmas Eve along with the first night of Hanukkah. Las Posadas celebrates and honors the journey in which Joseph and Mary took from Nazareth to Bethlehem in search of a safe place to give birth to baby Jesus. And we also get to see that Betty herself is Latina. This is a huge honor for her, and she is tasked with taking care and keeping safe the baby Jesus doll for the festival later on. Back at the Pickles residence, we see the house being set up and ready for the holidays, with the menorah being set up as Susie explains to the others it's for a Jewish holiday. Angelica herself comes in to explain how Christmas works, and for the most part, is correct.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Thomas. Don't you, Ash? Nope. You blockhead! It's about the presents! Lots of presents! Yay! Presents!
We also get the return of our good friend Daxton, the delivery guy, who stops by delivering the said menorah. Of course, we get some more corpo jokes about how he has to say a certain season's greeting line because he's always monitored. Ah, Daxton, never change. We also get the return of Dee Dee's parents, who we just saw in a couple previous episodes, here now to celebrate Hanukkah and represent the Jewish side of the Pickles household. We also see the stress get to Dee Dee more and more as now having to balance 3 major holiday traditions in one night, all while making sure Tommy has a great first experience with it all. Continuing the Christmas talk between Angelica and the babies, Phil makes a joke about zombie reindeer where Angelica turns it into more of a scary joke at Chucky's expense as he runs and hides in the closet. Angelica even says that it was worth it even if it risks her getting presents from Santa, which is so funny because I feel we all at some point, for those who celebrated Christmas as a kid, would say things like this to justify ourselves still getting gifts if it's only this one little thing we did that wasn't so good. Chucky hiding in the closet leads to them finding the baby doll that Betty Betty is keeping safe for the festival, and Angelica thinking that it was a surprise for her that she's technically not allowed to have yet. So she tasks the babies with taking the doll for her so she can have a scapegoat morally for not being the one who took it early, which is the most Angelica thing Angelica can do. Stu, Drew, Lou, and Chaz head to the woods to chop down a tree for Christmas Eve as a part of the Pickles family tradition, led by Lou to not chop and put up the tree until Christmas Eve. It's nice to see that the tradition includes honoring the chopping down of a tree with planting 5 new trees in the spring. Hashtag Team Trees. Dee Dee back at the house is getting more stressed with everything happening at once and the order of how to do things so everyone's celebrations have their time. She does, however, hit a breaking point as her parents and Betty aren't quite seeing eye to eye at first, timing-wise wanting to make sure Tommy gets to see the lighting of the menorah not too late into the night. Dee Dee goes on to explain how important everything is and how she has a specific order for all of this that honors Betty's traditions, Stu's side of the family's traditions alongside her own in a year that clashes them all together, making their usual traditions a bit different. It turns into a nice touching moment between Dee Dee and her parents after her explaining this is how she wants it for Tommy's first holiday experience. And they're proud of the mom that Dee Dee is becoming and what she'll go through to make everything happen for everyone. Now being time for Las Posadas, the adults can't find the baby doll anywhere, leading them to head out to the event dollless as Betty is running out of time figuring out what to do and how to explain to Tia what happened. Angelica and the babies overhear the truth about the doll and realize that this is important to Betty and the celebration overall, trying to figure out a way to give it back without getting in trouble to stay on the nice list, which is the exact way a kid would think. They head over to the manger that Susie points out to place the baby, with Tommy climbing up to put the doll in there. But just when things are looking smooth, a goat tries to eat Tommy. The holidays. But in a rare turn of events, Angelica saves Tommy from the goat, saying she owed him one back for being such a good cousin in the first place, which, hold up, that sounded really genuine from Angelica. And it turns out that she meant it. No last minute gotcha or joke or anything. Just a sincere moment between the two that catches you off guard expecting Angelica to say something like, "You're still a dumb baby," or anything along those lines, but no, it's just very sweet. The adults come over to find the babies after noticing they wandered off, and Betty sees that the baby doll is now in the manger where it was meant to go in the first place, and all was right for the celebration. Everyone continues on to go enjoy the festival, later transitioning to celebrating the putting up of the Christmas tree, all while being serenaded by Lou singing "Oh Christmas Tree." Afterwards, Dee Dee's dad begins lighting the first candle for Hanukkah and explains a bit of the meaning of Hanukkah and what the candlelight represents. He delivers a nice speech about love and respect and how seeing these other traditions celebrated tonight have truly opened his heart to celebrate what matters most, the love we share for one another, and to always let the light of love shine on. Tommy shares a message with the others about what Angelica has taught him, about being nice and good things will happen, with the example he uses being together with all of his friends. And it all is completed with a shooting star in the sky at the end. Honestly, this episode for me was really well done and was super sweet, juggling the themes of 3 different holiday celebrations and traditions, giving respect to each of them and those who celebrate them. While compared to the original, it may not teach you about each different celebration in detail, it did give some nice perspective to those who are doing the celebrating. Growing up not religious but still celebrating Christmas at the same time, my extended family are Jewish and celebrated Hanukkah. I was around both of these celebrations and traditions constantly, and to see part of that represented growing up in the Rugrats was super meaningful, and to see it here together as one, which is something even closer to me, was truly surprising and meant more than it may mean to most. And I think it finally occurred to me more than before that now as an adult, it's not the babies who I'm supposed to relate to, but the parents, as they are around the age that relates to me now. They have kids, are new parents, and dealing with things that are now commonplace for my age range to deal with. I can say the same thing in hindsight with the original series now as well, maybe with a few more dated things back then, but these aren't characters I look at as adult figures anymore. To me, and I'm sure many around my age, you can see them as you or your friends. Now, I'll stop myself before I get on with the whole "whoa, I'm getting old" tangent, but the juxtaposition of growing up relating to how the babies see and discover the world to now how the parents handle navigating it really puts what the Rugrats IP in general means to me, and maybe to you as well. I don't think it's better than the groundbreaking ways they did holiday specials in the original Rugrats, which I'll have a video on soon, but it was nice to see something from the new Rugrats that felt like the Rugrats. I know this new reboot isn't made for me. I am chasing feelings in something that isn't made for me to find them there. But in this instance, this moment, it brought me back to a nice time, all the while giving me a chance to examine where I am in my life. Whether I think the reboot has been good or not so good, this for sure did something for me that I didn't expect it to do when clicking play. But what about for you? Let me know your thoughts on this new holiday special for the Rugrats, as well as your favorite original Rugrats holiday special in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter, or else I'll put you on the naughty list. I'll see you tomorrow with another video for my next day of Fringemas. Check out the playlist to keep up with this month, but until then, later.